Hi Kevin, welcome to DJ Webster's with Safan agent. This is Unit 2. We've got new press brakes and guillotines here and then a selection of used machines. We've got the same in Unit 3, which is next door. But today we're going to be looking at the b-shear, and this particular machine is available straight away for sale. So we'll go around the front of the machine. The machine's been turned on. It needs 3-phase electric and an air supply. It's a 6 bar, so relatively straightforward. Just briefly, some features of the machine. You've got a T-slot along the front of the machine, so you can put your support arms, however long you want them to be, with rules, anywhere along the front of the machine. They're not fixed to specific locations. The machine as standard comes with a couple of front support arms, but I know you want longer ones with rules, but it comes with these, so for now that's what you would have. You also have 2 disappearing stops, so your sheet obviously comes up against the stop. Options you can have is a flip over stop, and that goes on the squaring arm, and the squaring arm will bolt on here, and again that's comes in various lengths, but it's an option you can order, and we'd have to get that delivered. Machine table, you've got a nice machined table. It's got these little machining marks purposely so the sheet doesn't stick to the table. You've got hand cutouts here to be able to get hold of your sheet. You've got a nice open finger guard so you can see through to the blade easily. You've got a shadow wire, and you've got lighting across the width of the machine. You've got decent hand cutouts, so if you want to get close to the blade you can without any risk of chopping your fingers off. The hold downs, most cheaper guillotines have 10 or 15 hold downs over a 3 metre length. This machine's got 20 hold downs, which means you get a very even application of gripping force across the width of the machine, so it helps to get a straighter cut. And each hold down jack has got a soft urethane pad on it, so it doesn't actually mark the sheet. Looking lower down on the machine, you'll see that the lower beam doesn't go to the floor. You've got about 250 millimetres there, so if your sheet goes out to the back, you could have a little trolley and pull your sheet forward, or store material there, whatever you like. Fairly standard foot pedal with an emergency stop, and you've got a long lead on it. We go around the back of the machine. You've got a 3.1 metre cut. No hydraulics or anything are in the lower section of the machine. Everything goes through the end frame of the machine, and all the hydraulics are on the outside of the machine. So to get any maintenance access, you just take the end cover off, and everything is outside of the cutting area of the machine. So nothing's going to get damaged. The back stop goes back a metre. It's a high-speed recirculating ball screw, and you've got a hardened rail. The engineer will set the machine up to cut 0.1 per metre. If the blade, the back gauge wasn't parallel for whatever reason, you should never have to adjust it, but there's a fine adjustment here to adjust this end compared to the other end. This machine comes with pneumatic sheet support, so basically when you put in a larger back gauge position, the sheet supports come up and they support the sheet. So if you had a bit of 1mm aluminium at 600mm, the arms will come up. Now each arm comes through a castellation in the back gauge, so if the arms are up, the sheet won't miss the back gauge. You've also got a pneumatic cylinder here and one there. And what they do is, when you're making your cut, if you're cutting a 3 metre sheet, when you make your cut, the first part of the cut sheet could start to dip down before the other end is cut. These pneumatic cylinders just shoot 2 little pins forward, which holds this part of the sheet up, although it's been cut, and they only retract when the cut finishes down that end. So your sheet falls down horizontally rather than tipping down. It stops the far end getting torn as it cuts. Okay. The way the hydraulics work is They operate when you press the pedal, and they don't work when you don't. So you're not using basically any electric aside from just running the display. It starts up, does the cut, stops. So this is the control in very basic mode. We've got aluminium 3mm, I want to cut, mild steel 4mm, enter, back gauge 500, enter, stop. So the back gauge has moved from about 50 to 500 in a couple of seconds. It's set the blade gap, it's set the rake angle, it's also set the blade gap, but it knows what back gauge position you want and it knows the blade gap. So it's actually offset the back gauge. So this is 500, it's offset to take account of the blade gap to give you a nice accurate cut. Press the pedal. Okay, this is the most basic mode. As soon as you've got used to this, you then go to Hand Plus, and in Hand Plus I've got a choice. So I've got the counter. I might say I've got 48 pieces, start, 0 out of 48. I might say I've actually already got 45. So 46, 47. Okay, reach my counter. You've got a length of cut, so if I'm doing a shorter cut, I can say just a short cut. You're always going to wear this part of the blade first, so it's really good to be able to adjust the start of cut as well as the end of cut. So now the blade will not fully return. So you've got high speed cutting. Down the far end of the machine. Very nice feature. Let's say I wanted to cut some mild steel 4mm and I want to strip 15mm wide. What will happen now is when I make that cut, the strip will get caught between the bottom blade and the back gauge. The machine knows that, so when I make the cut, X not position, that means the back gauge isn't in position. What it's done is it's done an automatic retract. It's given the blank space to fall away. We'll change that to 500. Doesn't do it anymore because it knows it doesn't need to. Sheet supports are off at the moment. I think I'm going to have the sheet supports up. So if my colleague just goes around the back, I'll press the pedal. We'll do a full width cut now. Going to move the back gauge now to 900. You want to come back to the front here? It's just a very brief tour of the control, but the other option you've got here is you've got Expert, and in Expert you put in a program. So you open up a program, there's a program, pick it, start. The machine will now automatically go through a cycle. So we've got 3 cuts at 50. 2 cuts at 250, 1 cut at 600 with sheet supports up, and you've done 1 of 5. The light guards are here. So these 2 fences go at the back of the machine, and you walk between them to break the light guard when you go in the back of the machine, and you reset the machine from the back. So hopefully that's all you need to see. The machine is here, so you're very welcome to come and have a demonstration, but it really is a very capable little Thanks for watching.